Welcome back everyone to another episode of Voyage of the Four Seas. We are currently on iOS. No, we're not. That's a lie. We're on Android, but I believe on iOS there is another version called Voyage, TheGrandSea. I will add those in the link in the description field below. Make sure you check them out if you want to jump on board. It is a pretty fun game. I will point out some tips and tricks as we progress today. I was just thinking about maybe building a little bit more of my team and seeing if I can push in certain aspects of the game. But let me know in the comment section down below if you're enjoying it. I will point out some cool aspects if you are a free-to-play player. I do think that ultimately you will enjoy the game regardless if you spend or you don't. Predominantly, I spend on pretty much every version of a game that I do play. I enjoy it, but I can absolutely attest that there are going to be some cool options if you are a free-to-play player. First things first is, eventually you're going to unlock Nami. Now, there isn't really a pop-up, or at least there wasn't when I was playing, to show you how to use this or when it becomes available. I think this comes available after you do the tutorial. I don't think it's tied to your VIP level. Maybe the multiplier is, but I don't think Nami herself is. So make sure you utilize that when you are doing your daily missions. It is going to make life 1,000 times better. And reason being is you're going to have to do a lot of these ones every single day without fail, because a lot of your events, i.e. the sea maps and pretty much all the other ones, are tied to you completing your daily quests. In saying that, there are a couple of things that we'd like to point out. If you are free to play and you're thinking about it from a strategic point of view, I'm going to say you're probably not going to look like this for a little while. You will be able to get a couple of the premium Marines and Emperors to join your team. The ones that I would personally focus on building around them would either be a tank such as Big Mama. She's versatile because she does the damage reflection and has immunity. You will get her pretty much every time you whale up on a new server. You will get enough copies to 10-star her. She's very, very expensive, but she's also very, very good. So she will carry you pretty much through most of your impel down levels and pretty much all of your normal exploration levels. She will just solo monster because she's a monster. But if you are thinking in the long term, Garp is probably going to be the one that you are investing all of your resources for Marines or Imps. If you're doing all your spins, you want to be going as much as you possibly can into the Marines and trying to get as copies of Garp as you can. He doesn't really appear as a free option often. He will eventually appear in the rotation for the summons, but he is 1000% the carry hero early game to mid game before you start branching out into your factions, including of course your chaos heroes, etc, etc. If you are a free to play player, the next best bet for a good tank is going to have to be, where is he? He's over here in the champs faction. Where are you? Yep, you guessed it, is going to actually be Smoker. Ironically, this guy is pretty much on par with most other tanks in the game. You can E2 him, which is the highest one, or 2-star him. It depends on what vernacular you like to use. Idle heroes, we all call it E2, but essentially you can 2-star this guy. So he is worthwhile investing in if you do get his copies. I do think that you really only need one slot 1 tank, and you can run a support off tank as slot 2. But in terms of this, Smoker is probably going to be your next best bet as a free-to-play player. Support-wise, you are 1,200,000,000% going to be doing this guy. Ivan is the best support. He's still used pretty much in anything. He's just better. And the reason is he feeds into your top DPS's rage. So essentially you can start to spam unlimited rage if you set your DPS up with the... when you kill an enemy, you get rage back and essentially keep looping it, and this guy is going to boost your overall damage. Now, in saying that, he is very, very easy to get. You actually start pulling him just generically. In terms of swaps, you'll also get him very, very early on, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Now, in terms of moving into, I guess, the raw crux of it, you can start to use, like, well, I call her Bone Girl, but Ghost Girl. She's interesting. I feel like she definitely has a place in a free-to-play team as like the secondary support mechanism, I think she will definitely complement Ivan. Um, she's a bit nasty. Check her out. Let me know in the comment section down below if you've actually built her. I'd be interested to know. But the thing that I would probably lean towards overall, when you start getting your cores, and I'll show you where to get them in a second, I will say Anil and Mohawk are probably going to be your main DPS if you are currently building Garp. Now you can have Garp on the offside, like he's still ridiculously strong even at low star levels, but you're probably going to be able to get more copies of Anil and Mohawk, essentially early game. Now I think he fits very well within like that sort of solo bursty type of team. I do think that Ivan is probably going to boost him if you are just going to run that guy. He's not squishy. So my problem with this guy, I built him. I was a noob. I spent all my money to build Mohawk. He's super squishy. And yes, you can build him tanky. You can give him lifesteal and all of that stuff. And I absolutely do concede that you can make him into your top DPS, but I noticed that he's the guy that competes with Big Mum in terms of who wants to deal the most damage. Like he's up there with her in every single fight, and we'll show you some examples. Garp hangs back; he's more of an AOE range type of fighter, and I think that lends to the fact that even if you position Mohawk in the back row, he'll run to the front and die. So you can definitely build him around more sustain. If he's your favorite character, go ahead and build him over Anil. But I think Anil probably is going to edge it out in terms of just the better choice. I would say that. Now, I think eventually we'll probably get access to Jimbei, and I do think that I do think that some builds probably will work with him. I did hear that Nami is also equally impressive, and I assume Nami is here. Yes. Um, I'd be keen. I'd be keen to build a non-Marine Emperor team with Chaos. It'll probably have to be on another account though, and I don't even think I could do it free to play, to be completely honest with you. But it'll be expensive. It'll be expensive, but interesting. The other one too is going to be Hancock for the AOE. She is an absolute beast. She's almost like a miniature version of Fuji, if that makes sense. Fuji's AOE, she's AOE. They're both pretty lethal. I wouldn't say that I would overly invest in her. I did build her up a little bit, but she'll definitely be a good, I guess, bonus team. So if you're going to build Ghost Girl, Anil, if you go with Hancock as well, it will start to get those additional layers of bonuses. But you can't go past him. You have to build this guy, and you have to get a front row tank. It's probably going to have to be Smoker, let's be honest. The other supports to mention would definitely be this guy. He is just a pain in the backside. The thing is, though, you do want to have at least some decent DPS that can throw it down. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself stuck on a lot of the harder levels because your support are going to die a lot quicker. And then your DPS is going to just basically fall off in terms of raw numbers. However, if you do have the option to spend, Zoro and Luffy are both amazing, exceptionally hard. Make sure you check out the video that I posted up recently about building him. They are very, very expensive. You will not be able to get them for free to play. You certainly will not be able to get them to 12 star or 2 star, I should say. So keep that in mind. They are more of exclusive than anything. So I wouldn't build teams around that unless you are prepared to spend quite a few $100s every time they roll around. In saying that, if we are looking at the overall expenditure of who should I build, Fuji is amazing. Like I said, AoE specialist. I think he brings a lot to the table with Garp. They do seem to finish their enemies off around the same time, so I will be building Fuji to complement Garp's abilities. Zephyr, I want to build him, but I don't want to spend the money or resources, if that makes sense. I think he's definitely worth mentioning. He is one of the premium ones that do pop up in like his own standalone event. You can take advantage and get some free copies of him and build him when that rolls around on your servers. He is... I wouldn't say that there is a disadvantage to using him. He essentially does straight line damage, knockback, decreases. He increases his own damage to enemies. Damage by Marines by, yeah, basically boosts Marines too. So he's definitely somebody you would look to invest in. It's up to you. Realistically, I'm not going to touch any of Glint Glint. Sengoku's a great support, but I don't think I'd build him just because Garp and essentially Fuji are probably the ones that I would be focusing on if you are looking to spend. Now, in terms of this, it gets a little crazy. I don't know why they so heavily stacked the Emperors. Um, I mean, out of all of them, they're all versatile. I'm not saying that the Marines aren't, but the ones that kind of stand out in terms of Emperors is probably going to be Kaido as your secondary or main tank. If you don't want to build Big Mom, you can definitely go with Kaido because he does a. Where's the ability? He sucks all the enemies in. He stuns as well, I believe. Where is it? It must be the ultimate. Recasting, he pulls enemies towards him and essentially forces them to attack him, and then he can stun as well. He's annoying, I'll say that. He's definitely going to be good for those like aka Zephyr that shoots in a straight line. Mohawk also shoots in a straight line, but he does group them all together, makes them a little bit easier to kill. Big Mum, we already covered. Newgate, he's pretty easy to get early on. I know that there is some elements of RNG, but you can actually buy his copies from the shops, which we'll show in a second. He's great. He does the pushback ability. Solid in terms of DPS. He can take a punch as well. Not a bad slot too as you start to expand your team. If you're mainly focusing on doing like Emperors, absolutely versatile. The best support in the game at the moment would have to be Marco, hands down. If you kind of have to build this guy if you're going to build a quote unquote endgame team. He does appear in this summons rotation, so maybe save up and start to buy a couple of his copies if you can afford them for the berries. It would definitely be worth it. You'll start to see the sustainability of your team like increase exponentially as you build this guy up. One thing to remember is he is actually huge on his own source sustain. Actually, when all my heroes die in the bounty quest, he's the last one to die. He just keeps himself alive the entire time. He's actually really good at preventing teams from beating you in the Skypiea because he's really, really hard to kill, particularly when you pair him up with Big Mum. Essentially, those two keep each other alive, and yeah, it's a pain in the backside trying to kill him. The other thing too, I might build Yamato. If I did another account, I would try to do Kaido and Yamato just because why not? It'd be, shits and giggles. Um, yeah, I like Katakuri. I don't know if I'd ever build Kata on this account, but yeah, it's a thought. It's a thought, definitely. But those are the main ones that I would think about. In terms of the other ones, this guy could be a real pain in the backside with his summons. If you do get the copies, maybe build him as an offside team. It's just expensive. I will say that it just gets really, really expensive because these guys aren't easy to build. Uh, yeah, let's just call it that. They aren't easy to build. Now, in terms of where you can actually start to get some free cores, around 2 weeks into it, the Summon War should start to unlock. And this is actually where you start to get free stuff. And yes, you actually will be able to get some of this stuff for free. It will take you a little while longer as a free to play, but eventually you'll be able to start to afford some of your 9-star gear. You actually can buy some of the rarer, like, I don't know why they're called resilience, but these little magical counterpits. You can actually buy Sky Mary here too for your boat. So, eh, personally, I like to buy the 9-star. I'm still building my characters up. Eventually, I probably won't buy the 9-stars. I'll just start to buy all the other stuff. But there is the option there. This is the free option. And this is great as well because you can actually start to buy, again, the 6-stars, and you can buy all of the other things that you might be missing. So if in doubt, make sure you always check out these little shops because these actually refresh every single 7 days. Okay, so make sure you purchase them. Now, to get those ones, where is it? Where is it? You essentially need to do the quests. They are pretty simple. If you get stuck, like, I can help you in the comment section down below. Simple things like just saying hello, it gets you points if it lets me. Hello. There you go. So you get simple stuff like that. If I go back in, go back out. Actually, it's not going to do it, is it? Do it. I love how buggy this game is. Anyway, I know it's going to pop up sooner or later, but you'll be able to do stuff like that, Scorpio Clash and things like this. Make sure that you get all of your battle attempts, even if you keep refreshing just to get the easy ones, because you're going to get some free stuff over here. It's very, very important. But this also links you into the shop too. Hopefully it lets me go back to the shop. Yes, perfect. So these are the shops. There's Skypiea shops here. If you want to, if you're at that level of the game, you'll be able to figure out which ones to use as well. But these are the things that you can start stacking towards. Gold Island, make sure you're doing your Gold Island to get all of these free. What are these actually called? Ruins? I'm going to call them ruins, yeah. Hakai ruins? One of the two. But these ones are the ones that I was mentioning before. A lot of these shops here, like you can actually get a smoker copy here if you really, really want to. You can get ace copies over here, but you can actually get Ivan, which is interesting. So make sure that if you are going to be building Ivan early on, try to get copies as quickly as possible. You can actually get Newgate here and Mr. Glint as well for the hero shop. That's when you disintegrate them. And the other things to mention is make sure you buy your 20 a day, get your free one every single day. It all adds up, trust me. You can refresh here. There's nothing too fantastic. Sometimes one of those, what are they called? The summons ones pops up. Let's see. 5 refreshes, no summons. No joy. Sometimes the little red ticket pops up, and then you've got the expedition shop here as well, which you can actually. This is the harder one to get, but if you do farm it out, you can actually get a Shanks copy or, what's this guy called? I think his name is Kuma. He's the admiral, the grand admiral dude of the Marines. Anyway, he's a higher up, but you can get them there. Make sure that you take the time to get it. Even if you are lazy and you don't want to get it, you will be able to get, where is it? One of these free selection chests every 7 days. So that's where I kind of lead into it. You are going to get a free core selection, including a Neil Law, Mohawk, and who's the other one that's sort of premium? Kid's pretty good, actually. So you can actually get Kid there too, or you can get Kuma. Kuma is the other mention that I should have probably talked about if you were thinking of a tank. He's actually quite good. Um, he's a core hero, though. I feel like Smoke is a lot easier to build over Kuma. But, Kuma does offer the shielding ability too, so just keep that in terms of a factor. Now, moving on, there are a couple other things to mention. If you go into the adventure port over here, Import down is probably where a lot of players are going to start off with. And it's interesting to say the least because you do kind of want to progress as far as you can early on, just so that you can get some of these free summon shards. A lot of people are like, summon shards. You do get gear, and eventually you're going to outweigh it anyway because, like, it's not important. But what is important is being able to purchase these selection chests. So once you sort of hit level 400, this is, by the way, well out there in the future. But even level 400, actually start to buy these selection chests. These are random though, so you will get the legendary gear. Excuse me, but for 3,000 berries, they're pretty much the cheapest that you can possibly get. And all it takes is, I guess, a little bit of strategizing and a little bit of pushing, but you will eventually be able to get there. And realistically, the goal early on is to get as many of those free summon shards as you possibly can. We're going to attempt this floor in a little bit. We're going to do some power-ups. Once you unlock it, you will eventually unlock all these other floors as well. Make sure you do those to get some free shards as well. But that's pretty much it. Oh, that's right. I forgot. The other thing to remember too is eventually, once you've finished off your memory lane, there's actually a little subsection called Crack of Memory. Now, let me know in the comment section if you knew about this. Because you do get some premium elite shards once you do complete these ones. So maybe this is a little bit of a tip for those that stuck around halfway through the video. Let me know if you did actually know about the Crack of Memories, because free stuff is free stuff. Anyway, moving on. Other things to mention is make sure you do this every single day. It takes you like 10 seconds. The reason you want to do this is because after 300 of these little merits, you will be able to purchase, where is it? You'll be able to purchase your legendary selection chest. It is worth it, absolutely. Should you purchase like things like this? look, if you really want to save up 3,000, you can get the badge there. But honestly, I just go for the selection chests. If you really have your heart set on as a free to play and you do want to be building like Big Mum or Garp, you can of course purchase that. Buying the additional ones, it's a little expensive. It's up to you. It's up to you, but ultimately you'll be able to afford at least one copy of Garp every month by doing this. And if you purchase the additional ones, you're going to be able to do it a little bit quicker. Now, in saying that, I think the other question for those that probably have stuck around this long and they're probably like, this is boring, PB, I already know all this. The thing to mention is eventually you're going to be able to upgrade your legendary gear. Now, in order to do that, when we hit the old enhance, you're going to need some of these little crystals. No, you can just select all or do willy-nilly. It's up to you. But you do get them from here. And it's very, very important for you to do this every single time. Eventually, you'll be able to smash it. And that's great because you're going to get lots of these rewards. You're going to need all these little stars and all these sort of level up things. Plus, you're going to get some additional level up resources over here. And eventually, you're going to be able to get the vault. Now, if you are a spender, if you like to spend a little bit of money, this right here probably better value than most. It's probably going to cost you about $30. However, you do get a bespoke legendary pack. You will get some berries for it, but you will most likely get the resources plus the premium resources. You actually do get 2 of these rewards as well, so that's 2 legendary gears guaranteed. Like I said, lots of berries, lots of upgrade stones, as well as these ones, which are very, very hard to get. However, in saying that, I think from a value perspective, that's probably one to look out for. Make sure you do that every single day. If you go into your port, there's another thing that you want to be doing as well, which is your champs runs. Once you clear it the first time, you can actually auto every single time. So you get your auto, you get your randoms, you get your selection pack, and then you can still auto even if you haven't progressed any further. I want to see if I can progress a little bit further today after we do some upgrades. This is okay. I don't think in terms of value I would recommend this one, to be honest. I think the other one's a little bit better. Just because they don't have all of the artifacts available in the selection chest for those rare heroes. But those are the 2 that I realistically do the most. If you want to get Shanks or you want to get Akuma, you will have to do your expedition. The other thing to remember is, where is he? Gold Island. Do your Gold Island, you get some free stuff. Essentially, Gold Island is where you're going to get your ruins, so I would recommend doing this when it does pop up as well. Some of these ruins are super, super expensive, as you can see, like they're a little bit more top tier. The other thing to sort of, I guess, pull myself along with the video and not make this super lengthy, we have the sea map that's popped up. There are some super offers here. You can spend the berries if you'd like to. I don't particularly think it's good value spending 9k berry for this, but I mean, like if you've got 100,000 berries, go ahead and buy it. You're not going to miss it. You can get some 6 stars. You can get some of the legendary fish artifacts if you need to. Of course, you can get the destiny key if you really want to buy one for 8,000 of these things. They're all event specific, and of course you can buy some of these ones as well for 1,000 each. And there, of course, there's your Supreme Sea Crystal. Those things are super expensive. But there is those options that do come up. There's other ones as well, which is this. Make sure that you are participating. Someone asked me, should you save the camp recruits? I think some events have the requirement, so I wouldn't use all of them. To be honest with you, if you are going to be pulling, make sure that you take into consideration the RNG factors. Like if you're going to go like Marines and Emperors like me, you're not really going to be... I mean, I'll do 10 of them to show you. Chances of me actually getting something, probably not that high. There you go, that's 10. No drops. No drops. You do get some of the coins and they're useful, I guess, to a degree. Unfortunately, there's no premiums in there. Big Mum's there. I guess I'll be building Big Mum if I have to pick anything. It's going to have to be Big Mum out of all of them. But just keep that in mind. You're not really going to get the massive drops. If you get super lucky, I'd love to hear about it, absolutely. But kind of keep those ones set aside just so you can get some additional crystals when these comes. These do pop up. Occasionally, amulet recasting. Where's my amulets? I don't want to recast you. What do I actually want to recast? What do you got? Yeah, let's recast you. That's useless. Um, so this is the other thing too. You're gonna need those recasting stones. Do I really? Yeah, no. I don't want it. I don't want it. What do I actually want though? For you, superior lifesteal. When killed, 25 cents. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, no, I still feel like I really wanna. I don't want to waste too much on it, but at the same time, I do. Normal attacks have a 20% chance to add wound to the no. Um, no, thank you. No. Superior reflect. Nah. Can you? Oh, superior pierce isn't too bad. 75% reduced damage. It's not terrible. That's terrible. Crit damage up when the HP is above 60%. So the problem with this guy is he dies too much. So I just feel like I'm wasting away here, but maybe we get 25% killing an enemy. Yeah, okay. I'll take that. Even though it was a mastery one, this one here is not too bad after killing an enemy. I'm after the damage bonus though. Win a battle, damage up by 20%. That's actually not too bad. Not too bad at all. What can I replace you with? Nothing. Okay. The other thing that I was going to do was level this one up because we got sidetracked here. So we're going to enhance, use all, perfect. When we refine them, I believe you need the crystals, yes? You need the deep sea crystal, 30 of them. Let's go ahead and get this guy up. Unlock infusion grows 4. We're going to quick use that. See if we can get this guy. Oh, we can't. Oh, no. Wow. How can we get more of these damn little thingy things? Tell me I can buy them somewhere. Make? Make? Yeah, we can use these ones. I hope we can. I hope it gives some of the. You know what? I'm probably being stupid. It's probably not going to give me the refining stones. We're going to use this anyway. Where can I buy the refining stones? Let's think about this. Marketplace. Do I summon for them? Maybe. Where can I get the refining stones? You know what? I don't actually know where we can get the refining stones. Maybe I can buy them from here. Wait. Yeah, I think this is... Yeah, that's the one. Alright. We kind of skipped ahead. We skipped ahead a little bit. We want to get this one. This is the one we want. Alright. These are the ruins. These are the ones that were costing like the 12,000. They do actually have most of the good ones. So this event, make sure you buy this. It's only 2,000. You will get this as a free-to-play player guaranteed. After that, you can kind of pick over whichever one suits you after it. But personally, I think I'm going to go with refining stones. What's this one? Maybe I'll need to use that one too. But I'm going to go grab this one. 800 worth. Yeah, let's do it. Alright. Isn't there actually a thing here? Yeah, there is. So every time you redeem, you actually get more. That's great. That's fantastic. Let's just grab this one because we used it. So that should be... Is this done? Boom. 300. I think we claim this all. Make sure you do this. How many do we have left over? Okay. Don't need you just yet. I'm sure I probably need you at a later stage. Just go ahead and max you out. And how many can we get of that? Can we get 25? Oh, 25. Not bad. Not bad. Like random all-stars, not bad either. We'll just grab that. Jeez, I feel like we're doing not too bad here. I'll spend some rest later. This is pay to win, by the way. You have to purchase essentially these packs to get it. Just FYI. But that's not bad. That is not bad at all. Where's my dude now? Let's go ahead and max this damn sword out. Use all. Oh, geez, we had to use nearly 100 of those. And how much is the refinement for this? What? 60? Whew. That's expensive. I feel like if you're not doing that superior deep sea journey thing, doing yourself a mischief. Wow, do we actually go higher than this? We do. Maybe there's like another breakthrough level. But the other thing that I wanted to do was infuse. Yes. So apparently you can infuse this and you basically boost the gear stat by 10%. How much does it cost? Two of those, and then what do I need? Oh, I need a 4-star flame spear. Wonder how we get the 4-star flame spears. Let's have a look. Look at us learning all these things. Pretty sure it's this one, right? If we grab 2 of you, and if I level one up, random gearbox, maybe we get lucky. Let's, oh, there we go, another random gearbox. Okay, so it doesn't look like we get lucky like that. We have to level up that damn, that 4-star, don't we? No, not you. Where's my gear? Let's go to the heroes. Let's like randomly put the sword on him. Yep. And then if we don't replace, if we go to forge, yes. Haha. So you need to get one to a 4-star, right? And then remove. Look at us figuring all these things out. Is it gonna let me enhance you? Yes, it is. Wow, and then we get the 5-star, but the effect is pretty good. The other thing too I wanted to talk about is once you get to level 10, you can get the attack percentage. Absolutely try to stack as high as you can on GARP. Ultimately, this guy, yeah, you ultimately want this guy to be an absolute monster. um, it is going to get expensive though. I'm not going to lie. Probably attack and HP percentage is not terrible. You can get a little bit high in terms of just like raw attack if you want to make him just a pure DPS. Let's see if we can get lucky. Claw, attach that. I know it's going to take me a while. These drop chances, as you get higher though, just be aware the drop chance for you to get the next level is significantly reduced, so you will burn through a lot of these crystals. Um, Try to only do it on one of your heroes at a time. Try not to spread them out too much. You will kind of get the guaranteed, obviously, by 115. There we go. You can get it before that, obviously. You might even be able to even skip a level. But as you can see, it is taking quite a lot to get that. Minimum is 130 XP. You can get them before that though, so just keep that in mind. Just get going. Hey, cancel. So there we go. We got it before that. Perfect. And that's the attack one. And hopefully we get the attack percentage. I've probably mistakenly not looked at it, knowing me. Come on, give me the attack percentage. Come on, buddy. Chewing through it. Gifted. There we go. Level 10. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. You will have to go through all of that in order to get the well, that's it's not that great. It's just the 7.5%. But you'll have to keep going until you rotate and get the attack bonuses, but all over ultimately you're going to get a lot of a boost. If you can get all of your gifted to level 10 with the attack bonuses, you're going to see this guy's damage skyrocket. I would recommend doing so on your main DPS. Now, in terms of ending the video, we will talk a little bit about your ship. Make sure that you are doing your daily tasks. I know I promised that there will be some damage dealing going on. But this video is going to go for an hour. So I have to do like a little additional one maybe tomorrow about that. I will, of course, be building Fuji. Heck, we can just do it right now. Let's just do it right now. There you go. Boom. Fuji in the house. We can't make him into 12-star just yet. Sadness. I know, right? Supreme sadness. Can't get him up to 12-star yet. But he's definitely going to be replacing Mohawk when I do get him up there. Yes. Also, to mention, make sure you are taking advantage of this for free. You will be able to get a free extra draw, so three draws in total. Some of these rewards are pretty cool. If you don't get the skin, that's okay. You can get like the full copy of him. Is it worth spending on? No, not really. If you get lucky, you get lucky. Limited draws. Kaido is in the house for those that are curious and want to build him. Also, Zephyr is there as well as Jinbei. Actually, a really good spread this time. It's really hard depending on where you are in the game. I do feel like Kodo, if you're not building a tank, arguably, and you're not like stuck on like say your heart's not stuck on building Kaido, you could go with the safe bet with Zephyr. He's just really hard to get copies of, so keep that in mind. But if you're already like building like a Nil or Dolphamingo or something like that, and you've got quite a few copies, there's no shame in using this to get some copies of that. One thing to remember though, if you can get this down to, and this guy's so big you can't even see it, let's just change him. If you can get this down to say like 20 or 30 without pulling it, it does set you up for next event. So this actually does roll over into the next summons event. So if that happens to be say like Fuji, then that's 2 guaranteed copies that I'll get of Fuji that round. Something to think about. Something to consider. Would I purchase any of these? No. Don't purchase any of those. That's just a waste of money. Now, in terms of moving on, I did want to do like a bit of a summons over here in my bag. I do have a bucket load of these random fragments. As you can see, they don't cover everyone. However, they do cover the main core heroes. Big Mums would be the one that I'm looking for, as well as Daddy Garps. Outside of that, everything else is kind of a bonus. Let's see if we get lucky. Let's do a 7 bomb. Ooh. We got Boas. We got Newgate. And we got Linlin. I was after the Linlin copy. Yep, Hancock's and Newgate. Called it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, wait. Wait, what? How did we get even more? I don't even know how we got even more of those. Okay. Anyway, these are the other selection chests here. I think we can save that. We might build the badge up next time. Yes. We might build up the badge and do some content with fighting with Fuji, and then try to max out Garp's badge and Linlin's badge. I think we'll do that. I think we'll do that for next time. However, we have 45 of these shards and we have 7 of those. What can we get? I'm just gonna just go for the bomb. Hopefully we get a premium Marine or Emperor. I would be cheering if I got a Marco Linlin copy. Really don't want anything from the Marine side of things, ironically. But maybe a Newgate. Wish me luck. I'm going to close my eyes. Tell me if I did good. No, that was... oh, we got a... yeah, hey. Well, I'm disappointed, but at the same time, I kind of expected it. We did get a Hawkins. This guy's not actually... Murray's not bad in terms of support. Alright, fair enough. I mean, I can't ultimately complain. I did manage to get the old Admiral over there. I'll probably level him up to 6-star just to use him in the other side of the events. Actually, now we're there. We might as well pull it. Alright, we got some feeder food. You can actually get a premium out of this, so... yes! Yeah! That's what we're talking about. Got the old Marco in the house. We needed the Marco copies. Can we actually pull premiums from this? We can pull premiums from this. Huh. How many do we? We have 45. Whoa. What do you reckon? What would we? Would it be a little bit too cheeky to get a Big Mum and a Marco? Could you imagine? Let's do it. Oh, I just want to slowly scroll. Oh no. Okay, well, we got some food. We did get some marine and amp food. I will say that we actually got an anil. That's not bad. We got an anil. We got some Ivans, which is fine. We got two aces as well. We didn't do too bad for that pool. Not bad at all. Okay, can't complain about it. I really can't. Eee, we pulled a law on the solo pool for a core. That's it. We're just going to open up everything at this stage. Got a Frankie in the house. What can we get? And some wiper action. Nothing too crazy in the last few pulls. But there you go. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I'm really surprised we managed to pull that copy of Marco. That means that we are currently 3 copies short, which is the same amount of copies we're short for Lin Lin. So it's going to be a race to see who we build first. Might be Lin Lin though, even though Marco is really OP. I don't know. I feel like I need to build my tank. I feel like she just stays alive a little bit longer, does a little bit more reflect damage. I mean, Marco's a really good healer, so I'm thinking. I'm convicted. I don't know. I'm conflicted, not convicted. Let me know in the chat. Should I build Marco or Lin Lin next to 12 or 2 star, whatever you want to call it. But I'm excited. That was pretty cool. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will do some actual playthrough gameplay in the next video. I'm going to be pushing some of the other levels as well. But if you have any questions, concerns, comments, let me know in the comment section down below. Jump into our Discord in the link in the description field below. And of course, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. Catch you in the next one.